you doing?
Good. Trying to figure it out.
Любые вопросы, any questions anybody have, my feed will be dual language, so по мне. My Honda steering wheel lock roll. There we go. Hey, steering wheel, that's good. So this is going to be if you're my subscriber.
Hello, everybody. Just trying to get this all figured out. We're getting ready and we're watching the end of the Blazer game at the same time. Hello, Astoria. Thanks for showing up. There's Mr. Bud Nixon doing his thing.
I don't have much to say about it just yet because I have not driven it.
And there's the Nixon Overland rig, the Jeep. And there's the old monster Jeep. And then we've got Alex with his Toyota Overlander. And then, of course, the Snow Cat and a diesel Mahindra, or however you say it. So, yeah, we'll get going here in just a second. Thanks, Nate.
Somebody's saying a big hello to everybody here.
Absolutely.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
New Snow Cat's coming in after this one gets picked up. So I'm hoping in the very next couple of months this one gets picked up. I got a customer lined up for it. It's going to
All right. It's not over yet.
pull it off.
Huh?
They're up by 2 with the ball with just a few seconds left over here.
It's the same thing here. I mean,
He's
gonna score one.
Yeah. Oh, they're going to score one more, yeah? And then we get the ball. Timeout. Same thing.
You turn the spoiler off.
Want to thank everybody for showing up. We're going to try to get going here in just a minute. I know, we're listening to the last of the Blazer game. I think they're going to do it. We've got a live feed over here on the computer that we're watching. Alex is holding down the score. I can't see in the glasses on the screen.
Oh, yeah?
With the sunglasses. Hello, hello.
This is Bill from Monster Jeep, and I will, let's see, I'm going to flip the camera real quick. I'm going to post a link
to his page, I should say, right, to his channel on the description, so everybody can see. Поставим внизу, я поставлю link на его канал тоже, чтобы посмотрели. So, how are you doing? Are we getting ready to start things up? So
Ready.
this is going to be
Almost
a
there.
walk around.
Almost there. We're just waiting for the last couple seconds.
Okay. Okay. So what are we time? What's time?
It is now 10 after 3.
10 after 3. So 10 minutes into it. Feel free to comment, спрашивайте, ребята, у кого есть какие вопросы. Пойдемте посмотрим. Big shout out to Veteran Overland. Local group here. Run full of fun. Yes, sir. That is for sure. Саня спрашивает, ты что, бороду сбрил? Alex, say hi to everybody. He's hello in the game for now.
We can't get away from this Blazer game.
Sponsored by Temple Tusk and CVP with
You want to share the Tusk deal?
Huh?
You want to share the Tusk deal?
the Cuss deal.
The Timbo Tusk deal?
Not just yet.
Okay.
Just yet. We'll get everybody lined up. If you want to show the folks what we got cooking here.
Oh boy.
Some salmon for dinner. Well, I should say steelhead. Рыбка на
Look
ужин.
at that. Smoking away.
So, and a cherry right there. A bunch of cherry I put up. What you listening to?
Hello, East Texas. It's good to see you, Kevin. Thanks for showing up. Has anybody got any questions out there?
Temple Tusk takes, what do you say, 2 minutes? Less?
2 minutes, minute and a half.
Minute and a half, 2 minutes? I mean, it's pretty quick. All you gotta do is take it out of the bag, put up some car, and basically put legs on it and fill your propane tank. That's pretty much it. Там очень все легко и просто. Вытащил с пакета. It's spoilers.
All the play-up games almost, you know? And today like 10 or 4 points.
So kind of like that. This hole, you guys crushing. Yes, a little bit. I guess that's the whole point and the goal. The whole point of this video, and then look at that. There's a little red one too there for the little guy. So the whole point is to bring this guy. А там спать пора. Опять готовишь. The guy in Russia saying, he goes, you're starting to cook and it's time for us to go to bed. So it's okay. Ну, приятного аппетита нам хотя бы. Yeah? Bon appetit at least to us. So my little kid.
I have upgraded my sector shaft, definitely.
He's been wanting a little Jeep, so we got him a Jeep. So.
I did mine with the Synergy
Crazy world. Yes, sir.
upgrade.
So the whole point was a lot of people.
Because yeah, I heard the same thing.
In my channel to do a walk-around videos of our rigs and just to basically try to figure out what we have for gear, how we have it built, why we have it built that way. So basically, that's what the video is going to be all about. And
Good question.
Or you watch it at the end, whatever way. We have an interesting offer to offer. An offer will be basically we're going to do a giveaway for a trip for him and I. And
Kevin, do you have a Jeep?
so between 3 of us we will give away a trip. For 3 people we will take considering certain conditions. Без базара приятно, все. Суть, как я говорил в видео, ребята, то, что...
Blazers win!
I guess Blazers win? Yep. Okay, Blazers win. We can start with our live stream now. So the whole point, the whole thing is, что мы будем делать, мы предлагаем сейчас для 3 человек выезд с нами по месту в машине на одном условии, а условие будет описано позже. Присоединяйтесь, приятно будет. Спасибо, Игоречек. Мы ждем уже, когда ты появишься в наших краях. Igor's been trying to come and join me.
Nick's getting a lot of Russian questions.
So he's been trying to come and visit me, so I've been telling him, you gotta come out and visit. Hey, we got 20 people. I want to appreciate, just say thank you to everybody who's joining and actually making it worth our while. 5 июня в Нью-Йорке. Oh, so it's even better. 5 июня я буду как раз в июне еще здесь и никуда не уеду. So I'll be around on June 5th He said he's coming June 5th. 858 Rider. Wanna say hello? Санёк отжигает. Санёк отжигает, кричат, что там кричишь, пищишь. So
What do you say?
let's start a little walk around.
What do you want to walk around
I
first?
don't know.
Want to do mine?
Yeah,
It's,
let's start
it's
with
the
that.
easiest.
Мы начнем с Билла. Саня, you wanna grab his? We'll let Alex grab the camera.
Which one?
Sure.
Nice.
Grab his camera. Bill, we'll have him grab yours, and
Good.
we'll start with that. So I'll do a little commenting, and then you kind of just keep it. So this is Bill, Monster Jeep Bill. Bill,
Hello.
two quick words about how you started jeeping.
Oh, I actually bought an old JK at one time, and it was used, and it had a lift on it, and I started playing around, and I realized how good it did in the snow, and that got me hooked. I've been jeeping ever since.
Okay. Okay. So I guess main reason for you to start with a Wrangler or going to this base.
Well, the one I bought was already modified when I bought it, and it was used. And then I went ahead and got a newer JK, and I started to modify it and build it. And then it actually got stolen.
Okay.
So I went out and got a Wrangler because, you know, that just seemed like a better option. And once I got started, I couldn't stop. So I've been upgrading it ever since. And we've gotten this far so far.
Okay.
Basically, I've gone with Synergy as the manufacturer of choice. So for the most part, all my stuff is Synergy. It's a short arm kit. I've got, like somebody had asked, I got the sector shaft upgrade here. And then it's got all your lift components, the tie rod, track bar, drag link. Yeah.
The heavy duty knuckles, I think, right? Those are.
Yeah, those are Reed Racing knuckles. And then I've also got the RCV shafts because I got tired of repairing the
U-joint?
U-joints. I did 3 years in a row. I replaced U-joints, and on the third one I said, no, I ain't doing it again. And then this axle is it's got sleeves welded inside. So I don't have the braces, but I got sleeves in it. I do have the C gussets, but I haven't put them on yet because I've got a shock mount down there to pull out the shocks for high articulation so it doesn't rub, and they're in the way. So I need to figure out what I'm going to do about that. I've got the Bilstein 6160 or 5160 reservoir shocks, 37-inch tires. This is the summer set right here. Of course, I do the IROX on the bead locks, the Hutchinson bead locks in the winter time. And I've also got ball joints have been an issue on Jeeps over the years, I've discovered. So I've got the Pro Steer, what is it? The Dynatrack Pro Steer ball joints in it, and they're pretty impressive. I've done some pretty mean stuff to this thing and not had any issues since. Other than that, I mean, a lot of it's basically stock. It's got this stock transfer case 4-to-1, and you know, other than a winch and bumpers, and you know, of course, in the summer times I put the doors on it and take the top off.
And what's the year of the Jeep?
It's a 08.
08. So they're still running the 3.8 motor with a tranny, which you could put a Ruby Crawler box into if you wanted to.
Yeah, I've been thinking about actually what is it?
That's what I'm kind of jealous of because mine's a little newer, so I can't.
Yeah, I've been thinking about the doggone it, what's that transfer case?
Atlas?
Yeah, the Atlas. I've been thinking about a 2-speed or a 4-speed Atlas.
Yep.
But that's a little bit of dollar. So.
How you doing, Jesselyn?
So I haven't done that yet. But other than that, I didn't bring much gear with me today. I traveled kind of light, so I just have my standard, you know, air compressor.
Is it Viair?
Yeah, that's a Viair.
Viair compressor?
I have onboard air also, but I bring this along as a backup.
Yep. Could never have too much gear.
Yeah.
That's one thing for sure.
So, and then of course, you know, you always got to pack an axe. and whatnot.
Hi guys. Приветствуем.
And then other than that, in the rear I've got the gas cans,
Well, let's
the
walk over to the rear.
tire carrier and whatnot.
So.
And I've also done the gears. This has got,
So if I can take a side note real quick.
no problem.
What I just want to mention, Alex, if a little bit tension my way and his way, whatever, or my way, I guess. So for everybody who's watching, if you want to watch dual streams, which we suggest, so check out Monster Jeep channel and mine. This way, because we're running two cameras, so the audio might be better if you turn together, because they should be synced technically. So just FYI, if you're running dual channel, so open up two browsers and you can run two videos at the same time, and you can have two different angles, but audio should be the same. In any case, Monster Jeep, or for Monster Jeep, check out Bud Nixon, and that should be all the same stream, by the way. So, anyways, let's continue with the
So
Jeep
yeah,
here.
for gears I put in 513 gears, so that helps too for the crawl mode. And then of course I have a programmer, which I can program into crawl mode and things like that.
And this is a Rubicon.
This is a Rubicon.
This is a Rubicon. Okay,
From the
so we have the
factory.
4-to-1.
Yep, 4-to-1 transfer case. But other than that, I mean, you know, put fenders and, you know, fun stuff like that on it.
Yep, metal cloak, I believe, right?
No, these are
No?
actually, oh shoot, what is that, doggone it, let me think, oh, I can't remember the name of them right now.
That's okay. That's okay. If
Yeah.
anything, if anybody interested, they can always ask in the comments, and we'll
They're
post
not,
the links.
you
and
can't
whatnot.
buy them anymore.
Well, you can't buy them anymore.
Basically, there's several different, several different companies that sell the same
Okay.
setup. Evo, I think, is the ones that
Okay.
are that have them technically, and other people have copied them, and so now you can't buy them anymore
Okay.
unless you go through Evo.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
for the radio communications, I know you have some interesting stuff there.
Yeah, inside I've got.
Yes, metal cloak does make the. Somebody's commenting that metal. We got metal cloak that makes that stuff.
Of
So,
course, I always pack some.
Mad Max, how you doing, buddy?
We always have an array of radios,
Yep.
handhelds.
He has a big antenna. I'm gonna say
And
that.
then we
So-
also have
Hey, Syracuse, shout out.
a CB. We've got a 300-watt amplifier if need be, if we get in trouble and need to try to get out. And, you know, other than that, we've got our tunes.
Yep. So he's running a CB with an amplifier, and I just wanted to have you guys take a look at this here.
Here, I can turn it on too.
And that's how setup looks here. So this is 08. Radio, off that goes. So this is a true communication center here with a nice amplifier. So if anybody interested, here you go. Here's the guy to comment to, subscribe to, and ask questions if you want to know what's going on. And you know, talk about, like you said, you know, array of radios right here. Here it is. The catch it right there. It should be. So there you go. I always liked how yours looked for the summer, the doors and
Yeah.
everything. Mine's been overlandy. So one of the things I was gonna mention. Одна из вещей, которую я хотел сказать, что my Jeep is more of a overlander traveler style, I guess. I mean, that's kind of always been my goal, you know, having the rooftop tent and all. So I don't get to take my roof up that much. Я особо крышу не снимаю, потому что больше путешествую. Now Bill here, you know, he's more about venturing out in a simple way, but
I pack all my gear.
yeah, he packs all his gear, and you know, he's able to do this summer version, which one of these days, ideally, maybe I can have two rigs that for adventure and one for
Fun.
One for fun. That's correct. That's correct. So, all right. I don't know. Is there anything else you got left to say?
I think that's good.
Other than that,
There's not a lot to
All
say.
right.
I mean, it is what it is.
okay. Good. Good. No, this is excellent.
everybody.
Excellent one to look into. Awesome. Hey, Vlad, how you doing, buddy? Thanks for joining.
All right.
So,
Hello,
all
Vlad.
right. We're 22 minutes into the feed, and I don't want to overwhelm anybody. Не хочется, how much it weighs? People are asking. Any idea?
Oh yeah, I just weighed myself on the way down here, and I was at 5650.
5650. So roughly
it's-
about 5,700 pounds.
It's pretty heavy.
You know, yeah, and that's heavy. That's considering you are still running Dana 44s, I believe, right?
Yes, Dana
Yeah,
44.
so this is still. Oops, sorry about that angle there. Ник, приезжай в парк. Ребята, So that's how much flex is there. Warner VR 10S for synthetic. Bumper was by me. Сам строил бампер, лебедка Warner 10S VR версия. With a JW speaker, I think they're called. LED lights. The LED lighting around is all rigid. I like to stick to a good brand that just has established themselves. And honestly, light bar, I bought it and I've had it on the very first Jeep, and it continued on to the Lexus, and I brought it to this Jeep. So if you buy a light bar for a good price, a good quality one once, believe it or not, no point of selling it with your rig if you sell rigs or change rigs like I do, which is maybe a problem. But I just like to try out different vehicles, and I think that's okay. But I just keep my my LED bar continuing. Very common question, очень такой популярный вопрос: перегревается ли мотор, overheats the engine or not during the snow wheeling? I don't know, have you had that kind of an issue much or not?
Not too much,
No,
but yeah.
I guess I'm running just a factory cooler.
I have an aftermarket
extra
tranny
one?
cooler.
Yeah. So I have only a factory one, and I mean, it does warm up, does heat up, but it has not been a problem for me. So overall, we've been good. Once again, if you're a veteran, support Veteran Overland. Check these guys out. I'm gonna mention these guys because they got the right cause, you guys. So definitely try supporting. So overall, gear-wise, I mean, I carry my chainsaw, I carry my straps, Bubba rope. Love this air compressor, because this thing does probably one of the fastest jobs in the market. Один из самых быстрых компрессоров на рынке. Канистры, you gotta have a couple of jerry cans, but one thing I was gonna show, I bought these for the Snow Cat, and look how fat they got and spread out, because I didn't put them in a cool spot, I guess. So we have to figure that out. One thing, very common question, очень такой популярный вопрос насчет двух аккумуляторов, dual battery setup. I've always run dual setups in the previous rigs. Here I decided to go with a single battery setup, and one of the reasons why is that if you run two yellow top Optimas, they will give you about, I'm gonna say, I think it's 110, 120 amp hours. While this one battery by itself gives you 105 amp hours. And there's no need for any kits, there's no need for any extra wiring or anything else. And if you're concerned about not being able to start up your rig, guess what? For as cheap as 50 to 60 bucks, you can buy one of these kits at any store. I haven't had mine engraved, so
Nice.
this way, it's, you know whose it is, whatever. But you plug this in. I've started
hard.
diesels with this guy.
It's hard to lose it that way.
Yeah, that's another one. But this kit, you know, yes, the case crushes, whatever. But it helped how I have not had it run out on me yet. I do run dual fridges at times on the long extended trips. Those who paid attention to the Colorado and Utah trip that we did with Alex and Eric last fall, I ran my Dometic 35 quart, and I have the 19 in the back. And we run every day more or less.
And he's talking about coolers.
Yeah, with a big fridge, that fridge, I think I ran it for 2 days nonstop without starting the car, and battery was fine, and I didn't have to worry about it. You know, I mean, just something to pay attention to, but it does work. You know, choose your poison when it comes to axes. I like to bring my two Russian ones. Белорусских топора нужно всегда с собой иметь. Вот. And then a nice splitter is always good to have. Fiskars makes a good one. I mean, I don't know. I don't know any better, and I haven't tried any other ones. I just bought this one and it worked for me, so I just, you know, kept sticking with it. If you treat your gear right, it's just gonna be good. Now, if I'm talking too much, you guys tell me.
No, you're doing a great job.
Maxtrax, quick shout out to them. These survived Lexus adventures and made it their way to this Jeep. As you see, they do break, and that's normal. I don't know, maybe one day they'll send me a set, replacement set. I'll gladly take it, but so far these been working great. No complaints there. So we got CVT. We're moving on to the 37-inch tires, 37 колеса. Многие спрашивали, как мне нравится эта резина. I love it. I mean, this is has taken 20. It has taken 25,000 miles already. Oh yeah, look at that. Apparently I have a screw now. And see, and I haven't had the need to put any air in there yet, so they're heavy duty enough. But I mean, they've taken the beating. You could tell this tires have been so 25,000.
How
miles,
long have you had those tires?
25,000 miles now.
Okay.
And it's been I bought them ever since too. So what I've had the rig for now, well, going on 3 years about. I think.
Okay.
So in 3 years, 25,000 miles. I mean, this is not my necessarily daily driver, but I do daily it more or less. Now Hutchinson bead locks, very highly suggestible bead lock to put on your truck, Jeep, whatever it is you're going to be using. Center cap is missing. If you follow my adventures, you'll know why probably. It's somewhere on Skyline Road there by Lolly after I broke my pop or whatever. That actually was the axle shaft.
Stub shaft.
Yeah. So then we're moving on. I mean, just just factory sliders, nothing special. I like my paint not to be scratchy too much, so I painted it black like this. These are aftermarket fender flares. They did well. One very common question, and I do have a video on my channel about the rack I built. This one's directly attached to the hard top. There is no reinforcements on any of the frame parts. Значит, багажник просто прикреплен напрямую к крыше. And I have not had any issues with it. It does not leak and does not crack, and it handles all the 2-3 people sleeping in a tent without any issues, whatnot. Moving back, TerraFlex. Tire carrier support, basically we replaced the factory one. От TerraFlex компания, заводскую меняем на это. I think it was like 700, I think they run 700 to 800 something. I think it's worth it because you can put a 37-inch tire and not worry about it. Plus you have the extra holes you can utilize with, they already have thread in them to mount extra accessories if you choose to, and I just simply haven't gotten. A lot of guys are asking me like, dude, what's up with your rear bumper? I don't have one. I'm like they say in Russia, сапожник без сапог. So they basically say the shoemaker without the shoes. I fab stuff, but I haven't gotten to fabbing my own rear bumper. I just haven't had the need. So, yeah, little cutting board here, or not cutting board. It's like table / cutting board, whatever you want to call it, on a tailgate. I also have a video есть на YouTube на канале how I made it, and it's on a magnet, Nixon overland. So it holds up on a magnet without I haven't had any issues with it falling off. And this nice is because you can put your knives and silverware up here when you're actually cooking. So it kind of serves dual purpose. Here's now the fridge I was talking about. Now this guy will run forever. I mean, it lives in my Jeep pretty much. And for wiring, I just run my own custom built a dual outlet here, box that's hot all the time. I was told actually I should maybe sell it as a kit. People were like, hey. So, and then for rear lighting, a little ridges, couple ridges here.
Now what about your suspension?
So suspension, as I was mentioning, it's Fox front and rear 2.0, and then on the front is actually a coilover. There's a bunch of travel. It's done. The lift kit is, the lift, not the lift kit. The lift is about 3.5 inches. That's what I'm running at. And it's TerraFlex long arms. So for long arms, you have to literally cut everything off. There's TerraFlex, and you have to weld down all the new brackets. So it's very irreversible. How do you say? Irreversible process. You can't really.
Once it's in, it's in.
Once it's in, it's in. Correct. But so far, it served me well. I have no complaints on it, and I'm thinking maybe I need to take it apart a little bit sometime this summer, and maybe just kind of go and retighten everything and maybe replace some bushings and such, whatnot. Maybe it's a good time. Inside, nothing special. Just everything that should be there. A couple extra maybe outlets for electricity or for the outlets, whatever. Rem mounts. No, that's about it. Didn't do anything too crazy out here just yet. So, any comments, questions?
No comments.
No comments or questions?
Several viewers.
Several viewers. All right. So
I would suggest a radio communication system.
I do have a CB that's portable that plugs in, and then I do run ham handheld units for walkie-talkie channel kind of thing. If you know me, I get to be probably kind of like you, where I'm out about on my own a lot. So for me, communication is not very necessary because I don't travel in a group a lot. But when we're doing it in a group, we usually bring radios along that would do the job. So.
Plus, what if you got in trouble and needed to try to get to help?
So walking,
yes, exercising while you're not on a trip at home is a good thing. One thing I always suggest to everybody, and one thing that everybody that I think that knows me well enough, they know, whenever I go on a trip, I always tell my good close buddies that I know can get where I get to,
Right.
I notify them and I say, hey, if I don't come back by midnight, come and get me.
Or at least remember we had the last cell service.
Yeah. Or at least you know the spot where you have the last cell phone service. That's correct. That is correct. So, how's everybody doing? I don't know. Comment a little bit. Are you guys tired of all the talking? What do we need to do? Anything different, or what's the deal, or what are we going? Because we got 3 more rigs actually to go through to do a quick walk around. So right now, if you have any more questions, feel free to comment. Если у вас еще какие-то есть вопросы, ребята, говорите. Будем переходить на что-то новое. Вот. Сегодня, I want to actually, before we lose everybody's attention, I'm gonna bring it up like this. So guys, so one of the things I want to mention is tempo test, correct?
Good call, Casper.
You guys seen me cook on it, and we're gonna wait for Alex to get ready to do his little talking here. So there's another tempo test that Alex also purchased. I think it was North Carolina Rally a couple years ago, right? So the goal today is to introduce you to tempo test. A lot of people were asking like, hey dude, where can I get one? You know, how much they cost, and you know, what can you do with it? And this is a very universal, very I don't know, very good tool to have. It's just a necessity for anybody, and even a necessity for anybody that's back there. So the goal here of this partial advertisement or conversation, if you want to say, Bill and I, we would like to offer like a one-time offer for basically next 2 weeks. Next 2 weeks, if you go to my website nixonoverland.com, if you purchase the kit, which is a discounted price of $335 plus shipping and handling, and this is a complete kit which will include the lid and the wind guard and the covers and all this stuff and the whole kit. First 50 buyers, if we sell 50 units, then I will offer a 3-day weekend trip with me. They'll probably don't come anyway. But I'm going to take one guy, wine and dine. One of the 50 who buys, basically, you will get your tempo test for free, and you'll get a trip with us for free. Now, granted, you have to arrive in Portland area where we can pick you up. Even if you're out of state, doesn't matter. Fly in, we'll get you taken care of. If we sell 100, we guarantee that we can take 2 guys out. If 150 units sell, Alex will be joining. 3 people, all-inclusive trip. One-time offer. The next 2 weeks, you have an opportunity to buy the tempo test. So we would appreciate, right? We would appreciate everybody sharing as much as possible with this video or this offer just in general on YouTube and any social media. I will post more on Instagram and I will post more on YouTube. So, в следующие 2 недели все, кто приобретает темpo test через Nixon Overland, имеет возможность выиграть один из шансов, которые позволят вам поехать с нами в путешествие на 3 дня, 2 ночи. Если мы сделаем продажу 50 юнитов, это будет 1 машина, 1 человек. 100 юнитов будет 2 человека, 150 юнитов будет 3 человека. Ребята, all inclusive. Кормим, поем, катаем, развлекаем, как говорится. So basically you get to drink, you get to eat, you get to be entertained, you get to see sightseeing, you get to spend time with us. And obviously,
Hey, Jacqueline.
be in the video. I mean, that's just
Thanks for showing up.
So, I'm gonna stop my not so interesting conversation. Maybe we're 40 minutes into the live feed, and I'm gonna switch over to Alex here. So here's Alex.
Say hello to Alex, everybody.
I think most people know Alex. I know everybody's always like, dude, that's a sweet rig. How does it build and how is it? Да ну нафиг, с Кавказа как? С Кавказа приезжайте. So
Oh,
anyways,
nice, Jacqueline. You're close.
переводим на Алекса. I'm gonna try to speak maybe in Russian a little bit, and try to see if I can get. Я попробую немножко переводить, что Сашка будет говорить, потому что многие спрашивали, что там у Сашки и как.
Casper says hello, Alex.
Hello.
Sunsanich 300 on Instagram.
It's actually 100 now.
Was it 100? Yeah. Oh, okay. Sunsanich 100 on Instagram. Now everything will be, I'm going to point like this, down below in the description. And then we have what, Northwest Expeditions on Instagram?
West Overland.
Oh, West Overland. And,
Jacqueline says hello.
Hello.
So, yeah. So, Alex?
This is
Let's
a
go.
2005 Land Cruiser 100 series. It has the V8 in it.
Horsepower.
Horsepower, I don't know, 235, something like that, but it's doing pretty good. It has the 8-truck on it. Pretty much the axles are stuck. We got a about a 3.25 inch lift on it. It's technically 2.5 inch, but a heavy duty one, which comes out to about 3.25. Then we got 35-inch tires sitting on 18-inch method wheels with some new K3s. We don't know how they're gonna do yet. They only been on a couple of trips so far.
So far they've been doing great.
I guess we'll start from the front. We got a ARB bumper with a 12,000-pound winch. We got a Factory 55 carry lead on
Да,
it.
машина в стоке.
We got some lights. They almost look like the real thing, but they were just too expensive. So these are cheap Chinese knockoffs, but they do pretty
They
good.
shine well, yes.
They do well for the two lights. I guess we'll go this way.
And red looks great with black always, so.
Walking
Sliders.
around.
We got some
Sliders.
sliders. Homemade, build them myself. They kind of.
So for those who doesn't know, I'll take a little side note. For those who doesn't know, Alex is more or less like, you could call him professional welder. He's a boiler maker, поэтому Саня у нас профессиональный сварщик, поэтому он такие вещи делает сам.
So to say this thing, it's almost very close to Metal Tech. It's an Oregon company. I was gonna buy a set, but they were like 3 months out, and this was right before our Moab trip last year. So I just decided to spend a couple days build them. These are heavy duty. I mean,
Oh, sorry. Yep.
Nice.
you know,
And,
with all the
and
dimple dies-
Alex is not a light guy.
and the dimple die is actually the right way up, so they actually, you know, create a surface so you don't slip if it's wet or snow or anything like that, you know. I mean, like you can see all the rush on it. Just two, just heavy duty. I mean, we tucked it up as high as we could to give us, you know, all the clearance.
For all you
And-
Toyota lovers.
Yeah, this thing been to Moab about what, 3 times now. We did most of the trails. I mean, there's still a couple more we still need to do, but as you can see, I mean, we were dragging sliders, bumpers. The only thing, I think, the front bumper, we only had a couple of small scratches here or there.
Yep.
The back one,
The departure and approach angles are not as
We
not
have
as
a-
good as you would want them to be, but they still did just fine.
We have a question.
yeah.
We have a question from Gregor. He wants to know if anybody carries while they're out on the trail.
A what?
Guns. Carry.
Guns.
We all carry.
We usually carry-
We
yeah,
try to
usually
keep that
yes,
low
I mean,
key.
CHL holder.
You gotta
Just leave
be
it there.
prepared for anything, you know.
When you're in the woods, you gotta be prepared.
I mean, most of the time, I mean, we don't have any issues.
Спрашивают, если
So it's
оружие
one
с
of
собой
those
носишь,
things,
когда катаешься.
Up to you.
Всегда носишь
Right.
оружие.
you know.
Пистолет, то автомат.
If you sleep up there, you almost don't even need a gun. If you sleep on the ground,
You better
just for your comfort, you
you
might want to
gotta
have one.
That's
You
right.
know, it's one of those things. What else?
Let's
we got?
slide to the back.
We
So we got the tent.
rooftop
Yeah, let's
tent,
talk about tent. Is it
Maggiolina,
Maggiolina?
made by Auto Home. It's a hard top, hard shell. Very, very nice, very slick. It's
Beautiful
close,
setup.
I think about maybe like 9 inches tall. Sleeps 2 easily. I slept with 2 of my boys in there, so 2.5 actually works. 2 guys, my size can sleep in there, and you know, it's perfect.
And you're how tall?
6'1".
6'1".
So plenty of room.
Yeah, plenty of room, so you know, stop anywhere, pop it up. And this way you can actually let it pull up into any rest area. This is how much room you take up for your step ladder to get in. You just pop it up, and you can even sleep right in the rest area. You know, you don't have to pop it up or anything like that. So that's a one big plus to it.
Where are these guys out of? Where are they made at?
I'm not sure. I think it's somewhere out of Europe.
Okay.
So the question is, складывается, когда оттуда подушки убирать надо, или как оно?
No, I leave everything in. The step
Всё
ladder
остается-
also
всё
goes
остается
in
внутри.
there. Actually,
Прикручено
just-
к
it comes off.
стулы.
and then if you need to, it just folds.
Лестница, спальник,
And then it
подушки, все
goes
остается там
up in
внутри.
there. and then we just leave it there. And if we're using sleeping bags, everything stays in there. So that's extra gear that comes out of the rig. And just close it, and you got the doors, you got the screens if you want to just do the screens separate.
No, the guy's asking to. Yeah, the rails are bending not much, whatnot. No, вес расположен довольно-таки нормально. This is factory rack too, right?
Factory
On the
rack.
sides and plus toolies. Right?
Yeah, and tulies. I mean, that's the screen right here. The goal is to actually build the rack about the same height as the original one, which will bring the tent about 3 inches
Mine's
down.
there, bro.
So that's one of the next things that's on the list.
So, dual swing out.
Yeah, we got a dual swing out. We got propane, we got some gas, we got some water. License plate underneath of it. And then we got a 35-inch full spare on the other side. And then just the basic gear we carry. I mean, that's all the stuff that, you know, the fire extinguisher, all the little things like that you want to always have it with you.
Все мелочи и важные вещи, которые нужно с собой иметь.
Very nice.
Then we got a homemade slide out. I mean, literally, you got anything and everything in here. You know, spare radius.
Guys coming in, it's nice that in States you don't have to legalize anything. You just build whatever you want and you use it. In Russia you have to legalize the kind of thing. Yes, so Alex did build the bumper, the rear bumper and slider himself.
Yeah, let me show you the bumper. Let me get
So,
this out of
сейчас
the
он
way.
уберет это, he'll move the stuff
Oh yeah,
out.
plus this is a slide out.
This is a slide out for a fridge, by
It
the way.
slides and tilts down for the fridge, which is sitting at home.
Alex didn't come prepared.
Of course not.
It's all good. It's all good.
This is a homemade bumper. We got a built-in kitchen there. We got a built-in winch that's supposed to go in. I have it, I just need to install it.
Фаркоп вставить и лебедку можно поставить в бампер.
And the whole bumper, it doesn't sit below the frame rails.
Бампер
That
не
was the goal.
опускается ниже рамы. Он именно по раме.
So we're gonna put a 12-inch pound
Видно уже подбито.
winch in there.
Это нормально.
Looks like there's room for
Еще не дошли.
some backup lights.
Yeah, the backup light still has to be installed.
Любой проект, который внедорожный, он всегда продолжается и притом
Very
That
nice.
closed in.
any off-road projects never
And
ended. It's always
if you
continued
actually look on the
ongoing.
bottom, you can see all the damage that we took
Yeah, from the-
at Moab and then Bonneville Salt Flats.
Yes, yes, yes.
Because before that, there was no rust on there or anything like that.
Definitely, there's a black line too. Oh man.
Yep. Also, we got a
Awning.
ARB 8-foot by 8-foot awning, which kind of on the last trip we lost a bunch of
Rivets.
rivets that hold it in place, so we kind of had to take the straps that hold the awning inside and put it over it. So it's one of those things that we still need to finish it up.
That's an ARB awning.
Yep. Other than that, that's pretty much, you know, your overlanding Land Cruiser that you can see all throughout the world. I think this is probably one of the most comfortable rides to take on the long trips. I mean, so far, like I said, there's no lockers in it. It's not re-geared. It's just 18-inch tires. And so far, there was only 2 times that we weren't able to get up to where we wanted. One was the Pugalpsy Gulch on in Colorado. We're going up the extreme section, and Nick on his one and Eric on his Land Cruiser was able to actually get up. I had to winch. That was one time, and another time we had a ledge about that big, almost, I don't know, almost like that, to get out of one of the trails in the Moab. That's about the second time we had to winch. Other than that, all the trails we did in Moab and everywhere else, it did everything. So now I'm almost tempted not to even install the lockers. You just kind of keep it the way it is.
Yes,
So,
excellent. Nice work, Alex.
Oh yeah.
It's a beautiful rig.
yep.
So,
Now,
ну как всем? How's everybody doing so far? I mean, we're 52 minutes into the live feed. We were planning to keep everybody occupied, what, about an hour or so maybe?
yeah,
Uh,
real
I don't know.
quick.
You guys comment. Do we want to continue on so far? You guys want to hear more about the Cat and the Mahindra, or we're good? And, I don't know. Any other questions? So,
Thanks, Jacqueline.
comment will be
It's a lot of fun.
we'll be still here. Пока здесь. Пока здесь. Keep going. People are keep going. So, про Mahindra расскажи. Ага. Visitors. Kev, this is a kind of a private party for now.
More.
Все чики-брики, Mahindra дочь дашь. Mahindra это проект для клиента. So Mahindra was actually built for a client. This is not mine personally. I just get to play
Yes,
around-
kind of.
around with it for now. So,
I don't do chains. I always do lower tire pressure.
let me, да, Mahindra дизельная. Oh, starter. Because I think people will be excited to see.
This is a diesel rig right here, which makes this very exciting.
1 second. I'm gonna hold the camera up high. Hold the
8 psi or even lower. Sometimes
the beer will be later.
usually go down to about 5, and then if have to, we will go down to 0. But that's only if we need to, not for long because it's bad on the sidewalls.
I have no idea how long my battery will last, man. So. Yeah, 2.5 4-cylinder diesel. If you don't know much about Mahindra, check them out. I mean, they're quite an interesting story. They make a bunch of parts, I guess, for Jeep or for Chrysler in general. I'm not sure. But this is a very interesting diesel setup rig.
Yeah, Ryder, I'll run. Running 8 is good for stock rims.
Да, дизельная. Да, слышь?
And we'll get to that cat here in a second.
No, turbo diesel.
The Snow Cat.
I believe it has a turbo on it. Yeah, there's a turbo right there. No, турбованная. Turbo внизу там есть.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's a turbo in there.
Yeah.
Check it, bypass видно. I'm not very good with diesels, and this is like literally the first diesel that I played around with. Я особо с дизелем не игрался. This is the bumper I built. The guy wanted something simple yet kind of good looking, and he wanted one main thing he wanted is a hitch in the front. So anybody looking to get something like this built, feel free to ask. We can build it for you. You know, sliders, the rack to put, roof rack to put kayaks up. This is going to be a cabin rig. So the goal was to basically build a rig that can put a couple of kayaks on and have a trailer in the back that he could carry around maybe a dirt bike, run around with his kids in the back. So we want to have a rear seat here. I mean, overall, this is a toy. I mean, maybe one day we'll have a off-road adventures on Mahindras or something. I don't know. That'll be kind of. What do you think? You know, like you build like 4 of these or something and take people around for a ride, right? So, guys, another one. You know, buy the Tempo Tusk and win a trip. So there you go. Battery time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we need to kind of maybe even do a little reset. I don't know, like I have no idea how long my battery will last. How's your battery doing? No idea?
No
Able to
idea.
see? No?
It's good for a couple hours.
74%.
Oh, so we're still good. We're already an hour into it, so we're still good. Yeah, these are 4-wheel drive. It has a 4 high, 4 low. Это полноценный внедорожник. Вот. Так что нормально.
And it's thick too.
Да, and it's a stick. So, and it's pretty capable. I think with the load and torque, it'll do good. So I actually had a store up in Florida. One of the websites contacted me. They asked me to build the Rex for them. So that's something I might get into slowly maybe. I don't know, we'll see how that goes. So, будем строить немножко аксессуаров для Mahindra, может быть. So, let's see. Yeah, there you go, Mahindra. This is one of the coolest parts about this. I don't know if you can see it right here. Check out the fuse box that we installed for the aftermarket electricity. Yeah, see if you can you get it in there? Ah,
Oh,
there
nice.
it goes.
Very nice.
Yeah. Yeah, bring it in. There you go.
There's
Look
the
at
fuse
that.
box.
Look at that.
Very
Customized
nice.
with everything.
Excellent. Good work.
BR stands for initials that gentleman wanted to use for his range. So, this is going to Central Oregon actually. So one day you may see it in the videos. So do we continue on this little monster?
Yeah, let's do a little.
Продолжим с этим монстриком.
Couple people are asking about it.
Doesn't know, для тех, кто не знает, and then I'm gonna make a little. I guess a lot of you guys who are watching, possibly Bill and know me through Bill's channel or know Bill through my channel, whatever it works. I do dual languages, and I'm probably something very uncommon for Bill's channel, obviously.
That's okay.
In any case, pardon my Russian, but how do you say, drag along. So, друзья, for those who doesn't know, для тех, кто не знает, this is 1947 to about 1950 Frandee. Значит, для тех, кто не знал, это модель Frandee, примерно 47 по 50 год. Model E, which is the last of the models that were made. As far as I know, модель E была одна из последних, которая была выпущена, и серия была всего лишь 60 штук. Не только Model E, а вообще Frandee, snowshoe именно. So Frandee
Arturo, yes, if needed.
60 pieces were made, so 60 machines were made in general, and that started with Model A to Model E. Mine specifically utilizes Ford's inline 6 2.
Nice work.
233. I can't remember. It's like a 3.5 basically liter inline 6. I replaced the carb. It's a single barrel. Does good. You know, belts and whistles, whatnot. Haven't replaced the pump yet. That's original. Had to replace the radiator. Поменяли радиатор, потому что старый просто был уже хлам, как бы, скажем так. Вот. Карбюратор новый поставил. И все остальные мелочи какие-то поменяли, and then alternators new, генератор еще поменяли его. А так, в общем, машина сама по себе в оригинале. So, more or less it's original, and then the way they build these apparently is, it was built in University of Utah, if I remember correct, Department of Agriculture, and they basically utilize whatever parts they could find to build these. So if they find a motor from a Chevy, they use a Chevy motor. If they find a motor from a Ford, they use a Ford motor. If they find some other motor, they use some other motor. So these are all different. And my understanding is this is the only survived model that utilizes Ford Model T cowls. So this is the original Ford Model T cowl. Они все строились были с тех. My job, моя работа была закончить.
Reversible bench seat. Nice touch.
So my part was to do it as much original, keep it as much original as possible. So this, you get the wood groundwork.
Good call, Jacqueline. It can be a little tough turning. It's a brake turning system.
Personal touch there. Every other one gets the bunny. Так что знаете, как гравировали?
Arturo, if you ever have any problems, give us a holler.
12-дюймовые ремни, ленты идут. И оригинальные железки снизу, которые the guys are original, so эти железки оригинальные. The grouser is this part. And then that's well, yeah, I don't know if, whichever. Wheels and tires, I'm not sure about originality. That's how I got them. So this is basically a 4x4 rig with open diff that uses brake steer control to turn left and right. The interior I finished to my idea of how we wanted to do, continuing with the wooden interior. So I was told this is very similar to Hong Kong ferry, which goes left and right. So if it goes forward, the bench is one way. If it goes the other way, it goes the other way. I just like the idea. So when you're sitting in the back and you can share, meal with your friends, you have the bench this way and then vice versa. That was the idea. И она довольно-таки удобная. It is quite comfortable actually. A lot of people are saying it's like, It should be locked. Yeah. It's not completely finished yet on the interior, but I tried to do my best. Попробовал как бы закончить как можно больше, но интерьер еще как бы не до конца. Но тем не менее, wooden dash, wooden pieces, wooden such, and build the rack from the top to carry the gear. A little ladder there as well. Since it's stored, I don't know, смотри, оно если хватает, не хватает, видно. Вот.
The tracks are loose because it's in the off season.
Yeah. So, одна из причин, почему гусеницы такие расслабленные, сейчас it's off season, so tracks are loose, so they don't pinch the tire more than necessary, and then, I mean, it
Stretched.
yeah, it doesn't stretch out the belting and such. So, but during the use whatnot, it's very simple to put tension in the back there. So, but it drives this way. I mean, it goes back and forth without, you can load on a trailer without any issues. I mean, during the actual use, you might want to get it better done whatnot. So. That's what we got for the cat, I guess. What else is there?
That's about it.
So, what do you guys think? Throw some comments at us. I need to go check on the fish. Let's go check on the fish.
Oh, we better go check our fish. I like that. There's a little overview. Want to thank everybody for coming out and joining us. It's been a lot of fun. Let's take a look at the fish. Oh,
Yeah, it's getting there.
it's looking
It
good.
is getting there for sure.
Ah,
This is a pineapple
a little marinade.
marinade, yeah. Это ананасовый маринад специальный такой. And it's pretty much almost ready.
Говорят, расскажите за прицеп.
За какой прицеп? За тот? Расскажи про... People are asking, what's the deal with the trailer? Это moving trailer, это прицеп для переезда слева направо куда-то. Это я с Калифорнии приезжал так. So those who know me, when I moved from California, basically everything that I had of my belongings was packed in there.
It's actually steelhead, Gregor.
Кладовка, там лежит разных барахло, которые вам, я думаю, особо не интересно смотреть. Not very interesting to see what's going on in there. Maybe that
And then
body's-
somebody's asking how much lift is on the little Jeep by the house.
Oh man, that thing is about 2 inches, I think. I mean, that thing is quite wonderful. So
There it
here we go.
is.
So, anyways, what are time on our
25 minutes.
65?
Definitely,
Over
Ryder.
an hour.
Let's do it.
I don't know how much do we want to continue. I mean, we're pretty much wrapped up. I just want to express my thank you for Bill's viewers and my viewers. Всем спасибо, кто присоединился. Yeah, let's position ourselves so people can see us a little better.
Yeah, we'll say
And,
goodbye.
Yeah.
And thank you all for coming out.
Thanks for tuning in. Всем спасибо, что пришли. Не забывайте, don't forget about this offer that we have. Remember, if you
Definitely.
get one of the tempo tots, check out Nixon. All the links will be in the description. If you want to, you can go now to the website. I mean, it's already ready. You can just click on buy it now on cart. So the offer is basically 50 units sold. We pick one who will actually get the tempo tots for free and joins the trip with me. If we sell 100 units, we'll be able to bring Bill on board, and
We'll have
the two people will get their tempo tots for free and join the trip. But basically, what's going to happen is I'm guessing going to reimburse you for the fees, if that makes sense, or
Yeah.
for the purchase cost. And if we sell 150 units, and that's our main goal, we would like to do a trip, and we would like to offer 3 people, all inclusive. Basically, wine and dine. We'll take you out for a full weekend of fun on 3 rigs, and we'll go see our favorite spots where I believe it's going to be pretty much an adventure of your life.
So share the video.
Yeah, share this video with everybody you think that needs this, and I think everybody literally needs the Tembo Tusk. So thanks for tuning in. Thank you,
Thank you,
everybody on the
guys.
Monster Jeep channel. Thank you for joining. Спасибо всем. Присоединяйтесь, join us more for other feeds and other videos.
Nice call, Gregor. All right, you guys, we're signing off. Thanks.